Hello everyone, Mega Man NG here, and it's time now for another Flash episode review. It's 2 days late, but yeah, I apologize because I was on vacation when I watched this week's new Flash, and I wasn't able to have time to get it ready. So, therefore, I had to postpone it until Thursday, so hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, we're going to be talking about this week's episode, King Shark. Now, before I begin with the review, I want to say that there's not going to be any more Flash, because the Flash is going to be on a hiatus until March 22nd. So, when that happens, I will be resuming my episode reviews. So here's the deal. Here's how it's going to go down. I'm going to explain about the summary about the plot, as well as about what I thought about it, what I liked, disliked about it, etc. Anyway, let's begin. After the events of last week, things have shaken Teen Flash to the core, with Caitlin and Barry being hit the hardest. Things do heal in time, but a big threat emerges in the form of a shark. Or rather, King Shark. Barry gets word from Diggle and his wife that King Shark has escaped capture and is on the run, looking for Barry. But he turns out to be a serious threat, and with the trouble hanging on them from their previous exploits, can Barry be able to put it aside and stop a threat that's fast on the sea and strong on the ground? Yeah, that's pretty much what the plot is in a nutshell. But basically, after their little escapade in Earth 2, things went real bad for them, with Barry and Caitlin being hit by it hard. Very hard. I can honestly relate to that. However, now a new threat emerges with this week's villain, King Shark. Yes, King Shark did made its appearance in a previous episode of The Flash, but it wasn't really that great. However, now we finally get to see him in all his glory. And man, King Shark is a beast. King Shark is fast, he's deadly, and all around, he was a serious threat to the Flash. Especially since he's like half human, half shark. That's what makes him deadly. Oh, and I should mention that King Shark was voiced by David Hayter. Yes, the same guy that voiced Solid Snake in Metal Gear was the voice of this week's Flash villain. That's awesome. And that for me is enough to say that I love it. Oh yeah, and Diggle and his wife actually do make an appearance here as guest characters. Yeah, since Flash and Arrow have a shared universe, it makes a lot of sense. And it's nice to see them work together, which makes it awesome. We also get to find out that Diggle's wife is now in charge of Argus after Amanda Waller left. And their job is just to clean up all the messes that Amanda has made, including the Suicide Squad. Ugh. I still feel bad that the Suicide Squad not appearing on future episodes of Arrow, but that's a topic for another day. Anyway, I can honestly say that this episode was very good. For better or worse, it was very good. I really did enjoy this week's villain because he was a dangerous threat. Not to mention some of the plots was actually emotional, especially with what happened to Caitlin. Seeing Jay die like that, I mean, that had her hurt. Especially since Caitlin was in love with Jay. And things were building up to be good, but no, a curveball just came in out of the blue, and Zeus comes in, kills him, and drags him back to Earth 2. Man, it's sad, and it made Cisco worry, though I feel Cisco's bits were some of the best parts of the episodes, because Cisco really did care for Caitlin. And Caitlin being all cold and like that gave Cisco some bad thoughts about Earth 2 Caitlin, aka Killer Frost. But fortunately, the good news is that Caitlin won't be like that. And that is enough to make me feel happy. Though, also, the West family storyline was a bit minor, but I really did like it because it gave Wally West some needed character development. And I like it because at first Wally was like a jerk, especially to Barry when Barry wanted to help him. And Wally started being upset because Barry was doing all the work since he was better. Eventually, Wally did learn the reasons why Joe adopted Barry in the first place. And we learned that Barry isn't perfect. Even he has flaws. And that is very good. And it made Wally understand more about Barry, and in turn, Wally accepting Barry. I liked it, and it gave Wally, Barry, and Joe some character development. They gave them some good character development that I feel is going to contribute to the later episodes, especially the rest of the season. And what else was there? Oh, I couldn't really find anything to dislike about the episode, especially for the fact that now that Jay Garrick's dead, and I mean, it just hurts. The good news is that there was one bit in the episode where Harrison Wells, or rather Earth 2 Wells and his daughter were actually spending time together. Although Earth 2 Wells was a bit hesitant at first, but eventually he accepted it, since, to be honest, he got his daughter back. And to him, that's more important than anything. However, with Jay gone, things are now going to be a bit more difficult. But by the episode's end, Barry assures the entire team that there's going to be a way to get Jay back. Because, if anything, it only teaches them to keep on going. And I believe Barry got that advice from Diggle. I can't say that enough, John Diggle to be specific. However, I couldn't find anything to dislike, to be honest. This episode was pretty good, and I really did like it. And King Shark was a very serious threat. However, we did learn that Earth 1 King Shark has already been deceased, so it makes sense that it's Earth 2 King Shark. But with the breaches to Earth 2 finally closed, I wonder what's going to happen. Although, nothing pales in comparison to what happened at the very end of the episode. When Zoom came, I'm going to say it right now. This is spoiler territory, and if you have not seen the episode, especially at the end, do not watch this, okay? I'm just saying it right now. At the end of the episode, when Zoom was carrying Jay Garrick's lifeless body, he revealed his identity, and the masked man was shocked to see it. And I was shocked, too, to find out that Zoom was Jay Garrick. Or rather, someone that looks like Jay Garrick. Because here's the thing. Jay Garrick is from Earth 2. We learned in an earlier episode, according to Jay, he told Caitlin that his Earth 1 counterpart was a man named Hunter Zolomon, who looks exactly like Jay. Now you ask yourself, if Jay Garrick of Earth 2's Earth 1 counterpart is Hunter Zolomon, then who would be Hunter Zolomon's Earth 2 counterpart? And the producers have since confirmed it that Zoom is in fact Hunter Zolomon of Earth 2. This is just making my brain jumble up all over the place because I can't seem to figure this out. I just can't, and I hope that in the rest of the season, we find out why. Apologies if my commentary is being a bit off track. But anyway, I'm giving this episode an 8.5 out of 10 because the episode was very good. We had some good action. We had some good comedy and a lot of character development too. And King Shark was actually a real threat, especially since he was a shark. And if it was Barry took him on land, he wouldn't last, which we actually saw. So that's why he was able to beat it in a very interesting way. And the ending really was a surprise. I did not see it coming. I just didn't. I'm like, oh my God, this can't be real. My mind was blown after seeing that. And I know some others have their mind blown as well. But I gotta ask, what do you guys think of this episode? Especially at the very end. Please be sure to let me know in the comments what you think. So yeah, that's it for this week's episode of The Flash. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. And I will see you guys in March, where I will be continuing with more Flash reviews, since there will not be any new episodes of The Flash until March 22nd. I hope to hear from you all. This is Mega Man NG, signing off. Peace out, guys.